you know, you think your buddy, oh, he goes along and he never does anything, and one day he's going to wake up on the wrong side of the bed. I had a rabbit for 4 years, never chewed any of my cords, and I thought, oh, I've trained him to be a non-cord chewing rabbit. I was delusional. One day I came home, every cord in the house was chewed. And I thought, boy, that really ticked him off, and I went and repaired. I took every lamp, every TV set, everything, and replaced all the cords, and about a year or two later, he did it again. So it was like, yeah, one day he wakes up on the wrong side. So here I was thinking, oh, I've got a rabbit who doesn't chew cords, right? Because he's only done it once. Until he did it the second time. So, you know, you have to get their environment buddy-proof, which is what we're going to go now. We're going to have to get your buddy's environment safe for him, and cords are probably the most dangerous thing there is. They will get electrocuted if they happen to touch their tongue on that. I have heard, thank God I've never experienced this, but I have heard of people coming home and finding their rabbit dead next to a cord. This does happen more often than you want to know. So, you know, just because your buddy hasn't chewed that cord doesn't mean he's not going to. Now, this is what I use to protect cords. You can buy this stuff. This is called a cable organizer. You can buy it at Lowe's or Home Depot. It comes in several sizes. There's a thinner size. There's a thicker size. These are made for putting computer cords and stuff underneath your desk. It's not bunny proof. It's bunny resistant. Your bunny doesn't eat cords. He just has an instinct to chew them. When a rabbit has a burrow, roots are growing through that burrow all the time. So rabbits have an instinct. They're hopping down their burrow, roots come through, they go nip, nip, that root is gone, it's out of his life. Well, when your rabbit is hopping through your house and he happens to cross a cord, it's a root to him, and he goes nip, nip, and he doesn't eat it, he doesn't swallow any part of it, he's just getting rid of it. It's an instinct. So when your rabbit encounters this, that doesn't mean he won't chew it, but what he's going to do is he's probably going to go, that's not a root, and back off. Okay, he can still chew through this if he wanted to, but chances are he won't. He's not eating it. Okay, so you can use this material. You can make this yourself. You can buy vinyl tubing at Home Depot or Lowe's, the clear stuff, and get an X-Acto blade and cut it in half. And this stuff's cheap. A package like this was $2.50 at Home Depot, and they said they had all these different sizes. You know, you're going to either pay me now or pay me later. You know, $2.50 on the cords, or you're going to be replacing all your cords. You know, rabbits do that. It's a joke because everybody knows that rabbits do it, and yet they still find cords. I mean, mine, I got barriers all over the TV cords and stuff are. They spend their lives trying to get behind these barriers. Okay, so we're going to go on and talk more about bunny proofing. Bunny proofing is really, really critical. It's basically you're making your home safe for your rabbit. You're removing anything that's going to hurt him or harm him. You're removing anything that you don't want chewed or destroyed. If there's something that your rabbit is chewing or digging or destroying, and you don't want him to do that, you've got three options. Okay, you can remove the object, you can cover the object, or you can make a barrier between him and that object. Those are your only three options. Select one of those options, but it's got to be done. You're not going to train him to not chew that thing. Trust me, I don't care how good you are. My buddies are so obedient, they do, but when it comes to chewing, when I buy phone chargers, I buy them 3 at a time. Because my little one-eyed girl who sits in my lap, I have a lap rat, she sits in my lap every night and watches TV. And invariably, she'll just reach up and go nip like that and nip my charger. I swear. And I know she's going to do it, and she does it all the time, I swear. It's crazy. But that's what bunnies do. I can't yell at her, I can't discipline her. You know, it's my fault for letting her get near that. It's the way you have to think of things if you're going to be a bunny lover. It takes a real expert to make a home for a free-roam rabbit. I mean, this is not easily done, and it's an ongoing process. So you're going to bunny-proof the first time, and then you're going to let your bunny run loose, and after about a couple of weeks, you're going to find all the weaknesses of your system, because your rabbit's going to show you. And you need to be there, especially the first couple of weeks that you're trying to route out in a new area, you need to be there to see where he's going and what he's getting into. I advise folks to get down on the floor on your rabbit's level, crawl around with your nose on the floor, just like he is, looking for the stuff that he's going to find, because he's going to find it. And it's crazy stuff. They can go through little tiny cracks. I have like a lazy boy, and there is a crack at the back of that thing. It's only about that tall. I have a 10-pound New Zealand rabbit. She is this big. I mean, you know, 10-pound rabbit. She goes underneath that little crack. She flattens her body out. This and dips underneath there. And I'll be sitting in my chair and I'll start feeling chunk, 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 and she's shredding the inside of this chair, you know. And so we've got rolls carpet up on the sides where those little things with tight string around it. No, it's just crazy. But that's what you do with rabbits. Okay? So you know, it's an ongoing process. You're always going to be looking for the weakness of your system. You're going to be trying to figure out, anticipating what your buddy's next move is going to be. You know, they're going to find it. Okay, so let's see where are we at here. Rabbits are like 2-year-olds. They explore the world with their mouths. Everything goes in the mouth. That's how a rabbit figures out what things are. They chew it a little bit. They nibble it a little bit. So this is typical rabbit behavior, but it's not good if you've got houseplants and things like that that you don't want your rabbit chewing on. Even if the houseplant is up on a shelf or a bookshelf, leaves fall off those things all the time. Just about every houseplant there is toxic for your rabbit. English ivy, Dieffenbachia, all of those jungle-type cutleaf things, lilies, are all extremely poisonous. And your rabbit, because he's a domestic animal, has lost the ability to tell what's good or bad for him. He doesn't know what's toxic or not. The wild bunny hopping around out in the forest knows what to eat and what not to eat. Your rabbit doesn't know that. If you were to let him loose in your yard, he would go eat whatever was there. He wouldn't know poisonous from not poisonous, and he will eat poisonous stuff. It's just, that's bunnies. And unfortunately, that's really bad because, again, a lot of our plants in our yards are toxic, and we let these bunnies run loose in our yard. Even if you're supervising them, you're never going to be able to stop him before he ingests something that he just started chewing on over there. And I don't care, you know, once he swallows it, it's never going to come out either. Once something goes down the rabbit's throat, it's down the rabbit hole. So, pardon that pun. Okay, so rabbits are prolific chewers by the nature of a rabbit. Their teeth grow 8 to 10 inches a year. They have to chew to survive. This is why most rabbit toys involve some kind of chewing, because rabbits chew for entertainment. And so you see over here the phone book. Rabbits love those. The toilet paper tubes, they love those. Here's some other toys. Apple sticks, willow sticks. They love to chew the bark off these. My bunny's all-time favorite toy is a hay burrito. Okay, some people call them hay stuffies, hay burritos. Basically, it's a toilet paper tube. My wife cuts them in half so there's more hay exposed, but you don't need to do that. And you just stuff hay in them. My rabbits each devour one of these every day. It's gone. There's nothing left of it. And when we wake up in the morning, it's gone. And it's great because if you've got a bunny who's by himself all day at home, gives them something to do. Rabbits require mental stimulation. They need, especially single rabbits. When you have a pair of rabbits, they kind of entertain each other, so they keep each other company. But when you've got a solo rabbit at home alone all by himself, he needs something to keep himself mentally stimulated, or they get kind of wacky. They just go stir crazy. So this is a good thing for our bunnies. Other chewable things are things with raffia or jute, natural fiber type things. You find stuff like these in import stores and all. You pay a buck for them, and their rabbits chew on them. It's basically like some jute twine and some raffia. This is an apple stick here. You can buy these just about any pet store. The fresher the better, because they love, again, the bark that's on these. It must have a flavor because my buddies strip all the bark off.
When you say apple stick, does that mean like from an apple tree?
Yeah.
Yes.
Any fruit tree, pear, apple, the wood is very aromatic. It has a nice flavor. And you can buy them online. If you go to the different bunny sites out there that sell stuff, you can buy. Willow is another one they like. Another one that's really fun for rabbits is willow wreaths. And this is willow with the leaves still attached, and they weave them into a round wreath. And they love the leaves, and the willow bark itself has pain relief properties. That's really good for arthritic rabbits or older rabbits because aspirin is made from, was originally made from willow bark, and so it has pain relieving qualities and for a rabbit. And so a lot of people will feed that to their elderly rabbits for the natural pain relieving qualities for their arthritis.
Will they only strip off the bark or will they eat the whole thing?
They can eat the whole thing, but mine tend to just eat the bark. And I notice most bunnies are that way, but some will just eat the, it depends on the bunny. Each bunny, you know, they have different eating habits. Let's see here. I'm kind of winking it here. I'm not really following my outline real closely here, but if you want me to expound on anything, I will. Okay, we talked about cords. Carpet. Rabbits love to destroy your carpet, especially the girls. And the reason that is female rabbits are always thinking about having babies. Even when you get them spayed, it's a reduced urge, but it's still there. And the female rabbits, it's their job in the wild to dig the burrows for the babies. So in your house, a nice shag carpet is just like the luscious piece of ground to dig on that you can ever find. And what they'll do is they'll pick the fibers out of your carpet and pull them, and you'll find little piles. And you'll see where the carpet is bare and there's just like a hole where there used to be carpet. My two girls do that, my boys don't even think about it. It's just, for some reason, I know some boys who do it, but it's mostly the girls that like to dig. They tend to dig the most in the corners. This is because with rabbits, their eyes are on the side of their head. To a rabbit, a corner is the end of a tunnel, and they have an instinct to enlarge their tunnel, enlarge their burrow. So when they get into a corner of a room, oh, I'm at the end of my burrow, time to enlarge. Did you ever notice how your bunny digs in the corners? Not just the side, but in the corners. The best solution to that is get yourself some 12-inch ceramic tiles and lay them in the corners. They can't dig through those. Again, my wife is a genius sometimes when it comes to this stuff. I would have never thought of this. But we have in every corner of our house a little square of tile. And the rabbit can't dig through it. And matter of fact, they love to lay on them because they feel cool. That's another way of keeping your rabbit cool in the summer is you get these pieces of marble or tile and they lay on them and it feels cool in their belly. And so rabbit owners always have tile around for their rabbits to stay cool on in the summer. And so anyways, that will keep them from digging there. Also, I brought a carpet square here, but these little samples here, carpet square samples, are invaluable to bunny owners. We keep stacks of them. You can get them for free if you want to go through the trouble. You go to carpet stores and you ask them, do they have any sample squares that they want to get rid of? They throw them out. When a carpet line gets discontinued, these things just go in the trash. Sometimes if you go dumpster diving in the back of the carpet stores, there's dumpsters full of them. But if you just go inside and ask the manager or whatever, because you have some, I've got a bunny or, you know, whatever, they'll just give them to you because they're throwing them out all the time. And anyways, these are great for covering areas. If you have a pen like this, you can patchwork them like because they make bigger ones too. And you can patchwork them to cover the whole area. And then when they do like this here, which this one came from my house. Watch out, little girl. This one came from my house. You can see where one of my girls this was laid in a corner to keep them from chewing. Oh, yeah, she wasn't chewing my little wall carpet. She was chewing this. And so eventually this will get pretty gnarly. You just throw it out. You put a new one there. But this is how we keep our carpet safe from the bunnies. The other thing you can do is you can go to Lowe's or Home Depot and you can buy 3x6, 4x8 pieces of carpet for $20, $30, $40, depending on the size. Get the lowest pile you can because it's the pile that they get a hold of. And a lot of them are rubber back, but just get the least expensive one you can. You put it in the area it'll last a year or two. When they destroy it, buy a new one. These are ways that you protect your carpet.
Now, we don't have carpeting. Our whole house is tile.
Right?
Should we have pieces of carpet running there for traction?
Tile can be problematic. It doesn't hurt us, but it hurts rabbit elbows. And it's the edge of the tile. When you have tile and the other tile butts up against where the grout is, there's a little ridge there. They rub their elbows on that. And they hit their elbows on that. And tile can actually cause that kind of damage on a rabbit as well. So some rabbits don't like walking on tile and so forth. My 2 free-roam rabbits will not cross into my kitchen or past my front entry area because it's tile. And they get on it and their feet go like this, and they go, oh, I'm not walking on that. And so they stay in my living room, dining room, and will not go back to the other part of the house. Now, I had another buddy who was that way, and after 4 years, one day she got brave and went out on the tile. Next thing I know, she's everywhere. So that didn't change.
I have one. We have one that looked at.
But you may want to watch the tile on the elbows and turn the elbow over, look to see if he's getting, sores there. It's called, they're hocks. Look for sore hocks. Yeah, tile can do that. I prefer, because it's easier to clean than carpet. If there's an accident, tile and carpet floors are very easy to clean. So a lot of bunny people have them, but a lot of bunnies don't like walking on them. So that's a good way to control where they go. You put your little square of carpet. A lot of them won't leave that carpet. And so that,
So it'd be good for us to have a couple squares of carpet laying around.
yeah, or buy the bigger pieces. These are just the poor man's way to go about it. I mean, you can get these for free, or you can go to Home Depot and buy the whole big piece for 20, 30 bucks or whatever. We've learned over the years how to make do with rabbits, especially with a bunch of them. Again, I told you, there's no way of really keeping your rabbit's teeth off of stuff. It's going to become a battle of wills when you start messing with your rabbit, whether you're going to chew on something or not. So I told you, you're going to make a barrier, you're going to remove it, or you're going to cover it. Those are your 3 options when it comes to bunny proofing. Now, I've tried using squirt bottle to discipline a rabbit, and I found that it didn't really work because then every 5 minutes I'm squirting the bunny. And so there used to be a time when I used to recommend folks to try and train their rabbit with a squirt bottle, because you can't hit them with newspapers like that. And so I would just, get the bottle and squirt, 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 and the bunny would stop. And I found that you just wait till I turn my back and go right back and do it again. All I would do is, it really wasn't training them. They're just getting smarter and watching for me, and they were on the lookout. Oh, Dad's coming, They act, like they're innocent. But it got to where I actually didn't even have to squirt them after about 2 weeks. All I had to do was pick the bottle up and shake it, and they'd hear the water, and they'd stop whatever they were doing, and they'd go, uh-oh, about to get the squirt. So that part was good, because I felt bad, squirting them all the time. It's like being a disciplinarian, and I don't want the bunny thinking of me as like the squirt guy, So it got to where I didn't have to anymore. After I squirted them a few times, they learned the sound of me picking up the bottle, and they literally froze in their tracks. I haven't squirted my rabbits in months, probably a year. I don't have to squirt them. But I'm not really so certain that you want to get in the habit of squirting them all the time. Like I said, you're going to become the squirt guy, and you're going to run from me when you so
Christmas time.
yeah, you're better off just making your barriers and that type of thing. Okay, now this is the most important part because we're out of time. Medical issues. We're never going to be vets, any of us, unless you're in vet school now. It's just a lot of training and a lot of experience involved here. So really, I don't think it's wise to try and diagnose your rabbit when your rabbit has a problem and you know he has a problem. It's best to get him to somebody who's going to be able to find the problem and deal with it. You're prolonging his agony by second guessing. I know that those are expensive, but if you talked about pet insurance,